Okay friends, I think in this video I'm just showing you a bit more in depth how I install my wig. I didn't show how I changed the color. I really wish I had filmed it, but honestly I didn't really think it would turn out so great, so it's whatever. Yeah, this video is going to be about wigs, how to install, and you know, I can't speak. This is gonna be about how to install your wig in less steps than the last time, because I feel like I spent so long gluing, drying, gluing, drying. This time all you really need to do is a couple easy steps. You know what, you'll see. Just keep watching. How about that? Keep watching. I feel like I want to attempt to like properly talk you guys through how I install my hair. So I like to just gel back my edges to make sure that they're safe and out of the way of the glue. Blow dry first. Okay, I've started doing things differently just to be more time efficient. So basically what I'm gonna do is, I'm still gonna do the ball cap method, but I'm not gonna do so many layers of gel and spray. I'm gonna do one layer of spray and then over that, just a layer of glue where the gel would be. And then I'm gonna dry that, cut the cap, and you know, you'll see. You'll see! Make sure, oh, I look like a complete, like I definitely look like a potato right now. Make sure you cut the ear holes out. Like you need to do this part if you want it to lay nicely around your ear area. I still have a lot of lifting on mine even though I do this, so I would just say, like, you know, consider it if you notice that that's something you have an issue with. I put a lot of tension on my hairline though, so that's why my edges lift so often, but you know, everybody's different. Cap is on, so now I'm gonna go in with my freeze spray and spray the perimeter and blow dry that. It looks kind of weird, but I tilt my head back every time I spray it, just because, like, what is really the point of letting it seep onto my forehead? Just more mess. It looks crazy, but I mean, normally nobody's watching me do this. So I'm just kind of let it naturally fall into my ear area. It like does the work for you, low key. Okay. I go like just a smidge, like a millimeter lower than my hairline, just because if it's right on my hairline, like it'll lift. And I might have waited too long, but if you do this in a timely manner, the gel from the base layer on your hair will adhere to the hairspray and they stick together and it's great. There's no slip. So this is almost dry. I'm gonna keep drying this, and when it's fully dry, I'm gonna come back and cut it off and glue it with shawl, and then we can, you know, move forward. Okay, now it's dry. I'm gonna take my little eyebrow scissors. Don't mind the way that I scratched it. It left a scratch mark. Fun facts. Okay, let's cut this shit off. I like to start typically around the ear area just to remove the tension, and I try to do that as fast as possible so that there's little lifting as possible. And down the middle. Okay, now before I actually cut like the lace off, I want to just try on the wig and, you know, see exactly where I should be cutting. Sometimes I'll mark it off, sometimes I'll eye it out. I don't know, we'll just see how it goes. This looks so weird. And it looks wet, but it's not. It's just like I put in so much conditioner. Actually, no, the base of it inside the cap is wet, but the hair itself is. Yeah, I think I'm gonna mark it just because, like, literally, why not? It's like literally right on my hairline, so it's not that bad, but it's just the sideburn area I kind of struggle with. So let's take this off. I don't know if you can see, but it's marked off where I need to cut. Once it's off, I'm gonna try on the wig one more time though, just to make sure that, like, where I put the glue to keep the cap down isn't going to be showing once the wig is on my head, if that makes any sense. So we see where there's still cap sticking out. We are just going to, you know, remove it as gently as possible because it is stuck to your face at this point. And if you rip too far, then you could also like undo a lot of the hard work you put in and potentially have to start over, so we don't want that. I don't know, sometimes no matter how much I cut off, the cap will still like show, so I'll cut a little bit further up than I need to technically, but I would be very careful with this part if I were you. Yes, and yes. Okay, so now it fits. Also, I like to take this little bit of cap and just, you know, cut it off because it doesn't need to be there. So there's that. Now, real fast, I'm just gonna neaten some of these edges just because they stick up a little bit, and it's just gonna be a little easier to glue down if they're not there like that. Now, before I whip out the glue, I'm going to just clean up. Every time I do this, I really try to make less and less of a mess, just because, I don't know, isn't that the point? You know, work smarter, not harder. Cool beans. Okay, so now the cap is on. Sometimes I like to color it at this point, you know, foundation wise and all that. I think, actually, yeah, why not? Let's do that now. I'm just taking some of my foundation, and I have a designated brush for this. So this is the brush that I use. It's just kind of dense. I'll go like that. And just, you know, circular motions, nothing crazy. And this is just to make it closer to scalp, because I want to part it randomly. And, you know, you can always like touch up this area, but it's like the rest of your head, you kind of have to, it takes a lot more effort, so. This just makes that job a wee bit easier, cute or whatever. So let's get the glue and seal the edges. I always like to get like a random little card. This one had the last cap on it, so that's what I'm using to put my glue on, just like that. And I take my favorite brush, and basically what I'm doing is using the glue to adhere the edges of the cap to my head seamlessly. So yeah, I literally just take the glue, and you could be more messy with this step. Like, you could put on as much or as little at a time as you want. You can, like, you know, dot the hairline. I used to do that, but I don't know, I just feel like when you work in small sections like this, it's just neater and easier to keep track of what area is already starting to dry. The more you do it, the easier it gets. I'm not really sure how to explain a lot of the things. I'm trying to make it my job to be good at explaining these things, so bear with me. I don't know if you're curious or if you care, but the glue that I use is Ghost Bond. Okay, so make sure you locate your ear tabs and center your wig. Make sure the glue is fully dry, otherwise this part is gonna get very messy. But yeah, so now I'm just placing it where I want to lay it, and oops, I just realized, yeah, the sideburns are a little long, but we'll just have to make it work. But yeah, once you locate how you want to lay your wig, for the most part, then you start gluing in sections. I like to go like, I like to do 3 sections, so like this, this, and this. I'm being kind of liberal with the glue, just because it's the second layer, and I want it to stick really well. Okay, so once you have your glue like that, okay, so the wig itself is on. It's a little janky, but like, what the fuck ever. Let me just find my part. Okay, just gonna load it with mousse for now and put it in a bun or something so I can run to the fucking bank. Still looks a little light for me, but I really got a blast. I feel like I want to sew like some satin on the inside of this. I really still want my edges to be laid. I'm in the process of being laid while I'm out, but I really have to go out, so. Okay, I'm not gonna straighten my hair or anything. I'm just gonna throw on some sweats and motor. A bit of wax, just to make this fish stay down. Okay, so the hair is on, but I have to go out, so I'll see you guys later.